Alexander Selkirk, a name whispered through the annals of maritime history, a man whose life became the very fabric of a literary legend. His story, far from the romanticized version immortalized in Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe, is a complex tapestry woven with threads of ambition, defiance, solitude, and ultimately, a triumphant return to civilization. We begin our journey into the heart of this remarkable tale, tracing the course of a life lived both on the unforgiving waves and the equally unforgiving shores of a deserted island. Born in Lower Largo, Fife, Scotland, around 1676, Alexander Selkirk's early years remain shrouded in a relative obscurity. Precise details about his family, their socioeconomic standing, and the specifics of his childhood education are scarce. However, we can paint a plausible picture of his upbringing. Lower Largo, a coastal village, was deeply intertwined with the sea, its livelihood dependent on fishing and seafaring. It's highly likely that Selkirk, from a young age, absorbed the salty air, the rhythm of the waves, and the tales of faraway lands, fostering within him a deep-seated yearning for adventure and exploration. The sea, it seems, called to him early on, a siren song that would ultimately shape the course of his life. We can imagine him, a boy amongst other boys, perhaps playing on the beaches, listening to the seasoned sailors recount their incredible journeys, tales that would ignite an adventurous spirit destined to find its expression in the vast expanse of the ocean. The exact details of his family life are elusive, but the pervasive influence of the sea on the community suggests a life intertwined with the maritime traditions of his time. The transition from boyhood to young manhood likely involved an apprenticeship, a common practice for aspiring sailors. While the specific details of Selkirk's training remain undocumented, it's reasonable to assume he learned the ropes, quite literally, alongside experienced mariners, mastering the art of navigation, seamanship, and the intricacies of life aboard a ship. This period, though lacking in specific accounts, was undoubtedly crucial in shaping his skills and resilience, laying the groundwork for his future voyages. It's during these formative years that he would have honed his ability to endure hardship, to navigate by the stars, and to adapt to the unpredictable nature of the sea, skills that would prove invaluable during his later ordeal. The rudimentary education he received, likely focused on practical skills rather than classical learning, would have been sufficient for the demands of a sailor's life. The rigorous training, the camaraderie amongst the crew, the challenges of navigating treacherous waters, all these elements would have contributed to his character development, preparing him for the extraordinary events that lay ahead. The year 1703 marks a pivotal point in Selkirk's life, the beginning of his involvement in the buccaneering world. He joined the privateer ship Cinque Ports *, commanded by Captain William Dampier, a renowned explorer and author. Dampier's reputation preceded him. He was known for his meticulous observation and detailed accounts of his voyages, a testament to his scientific curiosity. Sailing under Dampier's command exposed Selkirk to the realities of privateering, a form of maritime warfare that blurred the lines between legitimate naval action and outright piracy. The Cinque Ports embarked on expeditions across the Pacific Ocean, engaging in encounters with Spanish ships and exploring various islands and coastlines. This period offered Selkirk a unique blend of exploration and peril, allowing him to witness firsthand the vastness of the ocean and the unpredictable nature of life at sea. The harsh realities of life aboard a privateer ship, the constant threat of conflict, the demanding physical labor, and the unpredictable nature of the seas served to strengthen his character and his resolve. It was a baptism by fire, shaping him into a man capable of enduring extreme circumstances. However, within this exciting context, tensions began to brew. Selkirk, known for his independent spirit and perhaps a touch of contentiousness, found himself at odds with Captain Thomas Stranding, who took command of the Cinque Ports following Dampier's departure. Accounts vary regarding the exact nature of their disagreements, but most sources suggest a conflict stemming from Selkirk's concerns about the ship's seaworthiness and the captain's perceived recklessness. Selkirk, ever the pragmatist, prioritized safety and preparedness above all else. His insistence on proper maintenance and his skepticism regarding Stradling's judgment led to escalating friction. This friction, fueled by the confined and stressful environment of a ship at sea, eventually culminated in a dramatic confrontation. He voiced his concerns, not in a subtle manner, but rather with the forceful conviction of a man who valued his life above all else. The climax of this conflict occurred on the island of Massa Tierra, now known as Robinson Crusoe Island, in the Juan Fernandez archipelago off the coast of Chile. In 1704, Selkirk, in a dramatic act of defiance, chose to leave the ship rather than continue under Stradling's command. He had his doubts, his fears, and his reservations. He believed that the vessel was not seaworthy and that the captain's decisions were rash and reckless. His decision, however, was not one made lightly. It was a calculated risk, a gamble with his own survival. He might have considered the consequences, the possibility of starvation, exposure, and the complete isolation from any sort of human contact. Yet, his conviction outweighed his fear. He chose to abandon the ship, choosing solitude and the potential for survival over the perceived certain danger of remaining aboard. This decision, one of the most pivotal moments in his life, would irrevocably shape his destiny and forever link his name with the image of solitary survival. He left with his belongings, including his tools, a Bible, and other essentials, making a decision that would define his life. The isolation Selkirk experienced on Massa Tierra was profound and far-reaching. For over 4 years, he lived alone, completely cut off from human contact. He built himself a shelter, learned to hunt goats and gather food, and developed a deep understanding of the island's ecology. This wasn't simply a matter of mere survival. It was a transformative experience that tested his resilience, his resourcefulness, and his ability to cope with the psychological toll of complete isolation. His days were filled with the rhythm of nature, the rising and setting of the sun, the changing tides, the sounds of the island's wildlife. He learned to navigate by the stars, to identify edible plants, and to build tools from the resources available to him. The silence, broken only by the sounds of nature, was both a blessing and a curse. It allowed him to reflect, to contemplate his life, his choices, and his future, but it also presented a constant challenge to his mental fortitude. The absence of human interaction, the lack of any form of social contact, placed him in a state of profound solitude, a test of the human spirit unlike any other. The details of his solitary existence, while not meticulously documented, are pieced together from his later accounts and the observations of those who encountered him upon his rescue. He crafted clothing from animal skins, developed methods for catching and preserving food, and adapted to the island's rhythms. His days were a mix of physical labor, introspection, and a constant awareness of his surroundings. He engaged in self-reflection, contemplating his past actions and the circumstances that led him to this isolated existence. He read his Bible, finding solace and guidance in its pages. He learned to live in harmony with nature, developing a deep respect for the island's ecosystem and its inhabitants. The challenges he faced were immense, but his resilience proved equal to the task. He learned to find purpose in the mundane tasks of survival, transforming his solitary existence into a testament to the human capacity for adaptation and perseverance. His rescue in 1709 by Captain Woodes Rogers aboard the Duke brought an abrupt end to his solitary life. The reunion with humanity was not without its challenges. After years of isolation, the return to society required adjustment. His appearance, his mannerisms, his way of life, all had been transformed by his years on the island. The transition was not immediate, and he likely experienced a period of readjustment, a process of reintegrating himself into the world of human interaction. His experiences, however, would leave an indelible mark on him and his perception of society. He had lived a life beyond the reach of societal norms, a life governed by the laws of nature rather than human constructs. Upon his return to England, Selkirk's story captured the imagination of the public. His remarkable tale of survival on a deserted island resonated deeply with people, becoming a source of fascination and inspiration. However, his life after his rescue was not filled with the fame and fortune one might expect. He received a share of the Duke's plunder, but his life remained relatively modest, a testament to his unassuming nature. He did, however, recount his experiences to various individuals, and these accounts served as the basis for Daniel Defoe's famous novel, Robinson Crusoe. While Defoe's novel took significant liberties with the narrative, it was heavily inspired by Selkirk's real-life experiences, and it immortalized his name in literary history. Selkirk's story transcends a simple tale of survival. It's a profound exploration of the human spirit's capacity for resilience, adaptation, and introspection. His years of solitude were not merely a period of hardship. They were a crucible that forged his character, shaping his worldview and leaving an enduring legacy. His story continues to resonate with readers and viewers alike, reminding us of the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity and find meaning even in the most challenging circumstances. The legend of Robinson Crusoe, while a fictionalized account, serves as a powerful testament to the extraordinary life and experiences of Alexander Selkirk, the real Robinson Crusoe. His tale is one of unwavering determination, of profound solitude, and of an ultimate return to civilization, forever etched into the narrative of human endurance and the enduring power of the human spirit. The echoes of his solitary existence on Massa Tierra continue to resonate, a reminder of the strength and resilience of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. Selkirk's story is not merely a historical account. It's a timeless narrative of human courage, a testament to the extraordinary capacity for survival, and a profound exploration of what it means to be human. The isolation, the hardship, the resilience, the return, all these elements combine to create a narrative that continues to captivate and inspire, a narrative that speaks to the very core of the human experience. The legend lives on, a testament to the man who lived it. And so, we conclude our journey into the life of Alexander Selkirk, a man whose name will forever be linked to the captivating narrative of survival, solitude, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. His legacy endures, a beacon of hope and inspiration, a testament to the extraordinary capacity of the human spirit to endure, adapt, and ultimately triumph.